it's Skyee here and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we're going to be continuing our Christmas color along. We've already done part one, so if you haven't watched that already, go ahead and do so. We've started on this a little bit. We're working in Hannah Lynn's A Whimsy Girls Christmas. As always, that's usually the one that we do for Christmas. I apologize if I end up like coughing or my voice gets funny throughout the video. I think I'm catching a cold. My throat has been sore all day. It's a little bit annoying. It's not too bad yet. So over the next couple days, I'm going to try and get as much recording done as possible. Thankfully, I have today and tomorrow off. So I'm going to try to get as much recording done as possible. Hopefully my voice doesn't get too bad. If it does, I'm either going to postpone recording and have the color along happen later on, or I might just record parts where I'm not talking much. We'll kind of see how I feel and how bad it gets. I'm taking some echinacea and extra vitamin C, so hopefully the symptoms aren't bad and it doesn't last long. Yeah, with that being said, we are going to just go ahead and dive on in. So as you probably already know already, this is the page that we have been working on. And I did take this and put it on the computer to kind of see what color we should do the hearts. So I tried gold, I tried purple. I was leaning more towards like a blue toned purple since we have bluer tones in here. The cooler version of it. I kind of like to stick to cool colors or warm colors depending on the page. So I tried gold, purple, what else did I try? Orange. I was on the fence about the orange. I kind of liked it, but it was too much, I think, and I didn't like it. Surprisingly, the one that I think we're actually going to go with is red. So I tried a few different tones of red. I tried a more purple tone. I tried a more orangey tone. I also tried like more of a pink color. I thought pink maybe would go good, but I actually didn't like that. The one that I liked the most was actually a red. So a little bit strange. I don't plan on putting too much red on this picture because it stresses me out. If you've been around for a while, you know that I'm not really a fan of the color red. I just struggle with it a lot. So yeah, a little bit interesting there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to finish up her outfit for sure in this part. I'm hoping to do the rafters on the roof, and then we'll kind of see what else we can do. We might be overachieving here, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to have some gold on the page. Like I would like to do like these little ribbons here maybe in gold and like use some metallic watercolor kind of as accents. I was thinking about doing like the ruler with like a metallic gold. I thought that might be cool, but we'll have to see how it goes and kind of work our way from there. But yeah, let's dive on in and continue along her clothes. Jumping straight in with the red, I chose the permanent red. I kind of grabbed a few redder toned swatches out. The pink one, the kind of more purpley one, there was like a dark brownish one, and then this one and an orangey one. And I just kind of held all of these swatches kind of like up to this. And that is when I decided that I actually really like how this pops with these colors. A little bit strange, but I'm going to go with it. So I think I'm just going to go in and just color these straight up red. I'm not going to do any shading or anything. They're just going to be red. We don't really have enough, like a lot of room to work with. So we're just going to kind of keep it simple. I will definitely have to add this color in somewhere else on the page. I'm not exactly sure where, but it's good to find that balance. I don't think I can get away with just putting red on these hearts. So I guess I am challenging myself. Oops, a little bit of red there. I'm going to see if I can take my white and kind of get rid of that just carefully. That is so pretty. I don't know what it is about it. I thought for sure the gold would look good, but I actually really didn't like the way it looked at all. I think the gold was actually my least favorite. The purple was second least favorite. I didn't mind the orange, but it was too bright. And then the red just looked really good, so I decided to go with it. Yeah, that's beautiful. We could do these trucks red up here. That'd be good. I still don't know if I want to have like all the similar toys like the same color, like have all the trucks the same color, all of the teddy bears the same color, or if I want to like mix and match the colors. I think with how much detail this page has, it would be better to have them all the same color, but we'll have to kind of see, I guess. I got brown here. It's fairly visible, but I'm gonna try and just get rid of that a little bit too. Just going over it with white to try and dilute it so it's not super noticeable. It's not anyways, it's such a small mark. I probably wouldn't have even noticed it if I wasn't coloring right beside it. Oh, this. Do we leave this white or do we do it red? Okay, well, looking up here, I don't know if this part's in view. Maybe I should make it in view while I'm talking about it. Oh, no, it is. Okay, we're good. So this part here, what I was thinking, thinking about having this white, I think. Green and then red. I feel like whatever color this is, this should be that same color too, because they kind of look similar. Wouldn't necessarily have to do it like that, but I think I would want to. So yeah, let's say this is white. Our only other option. So this would be red. Potentially, it'd be red or white, depending on if we leave this white or if we make it red. I don't think I really want this green because I'm leaning towards having these green. I was debating white for these at first, but this fur behind her is going to be white. So I think that's like too much white in one area. So if these are green, making this green also might be too much green in one area. So I think it would have to be, this would be white, this would be green, and this would be red. I think that might work out good. Let's do it. Maybe I should grab a shadow color though, actually, if we're gonna color some more stuff. Oops. I've got stuff everywhere. I'm in the middle of cleaning the art room, and by in the middle of, I mean I've been trying to clean the art room for like the last 3 or 4 months now. And I have not had time. So right now I've got my closet done, I've got the art desk done, and I've got one of my bookshelves done. So I still have another entire bookshelf, my computer desk, and then my entertainment stand. And my entertainment stand is where I'm putting everything that I don't want to deal with or I'm just not ready to deal with. So it's just piled high with crap. And oh man, it's driving me crazy a little bit. I think we want to keep this fairly light. I was thinking about maybe doing a shadow with a brown, but that's going to darken it up quite a bit, and I don't think we want it that dark. So maybe let's do just a generic red, a darker red shadow. We'll do the Crimson Lake, I think. Because why not? I'm going to sharpen this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna do a light base with the crimson red here. Hopefully this is the right decision. I'm like nervous now. Okay, and then we can add shadow in here. So I'm just gonna go in with the Crimson Lake. I'm going pretty much full force and I'm just gonna fade this out. Do the same thing on this side, fade it out right around here. Actually, let's bring it around a little bit and then we'll fade it out here. Okay, permanent red. Yeah, I think this was the right choice. It'll help balance these hearts as well too, so that's good. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, even though I don't normally like red, I really like this color palette. Should we do these red? No, that might be too much. And I wouldn't want to do them straight up red either, I don't think. Plus, we gotta be careful with the red too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I do want to come in and use acrylic paint on these to make them poofy. And the red will bleed into the acrylic paint. So we don't want red anywhere near where we're gonna put this. Which, I mean, these are in front of the fluffy part anyways, so it wouldn't be an issue, but still. If we did them, I don't know, if we did them red though, I wouldn't want to do them just straight red like this. We'd want to kind of fade them out a little bit, and I don't know exactly how we would do that. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I actually want to make them red and white, but I don't know how. Let me grab a piece of paper here. Okay, so say we've got our permanent red here. Let's say we want to like fade it into white. We'd have it shaded a little bit with the darker red. Just slightly, not quite like that, but... Oh, I could have also used the purple, dioxazine purple hue as a shadow. That's interesting. I can keep that in mind. But anyways, I'm getting off track here. For the white, if we go back into the red, will it make it pink? Oh, that's actually not too bad. Maybe we could do that. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and try. I should probably try on. I'm going to try it on this one here. I don't think I'll ever color this page again. Should I maybe not? Let's do this. I'm like nervous. Let's go. Where's my pencil? There it is. Okay. I'm not going to use my swatches, obviously, because this is, I already messed up. Well, maybe not. Which way would we want the... Do we want the red on the top fading into white or the red on the bottom fading up to white? I think I would want the... We can try the red fading up to white. Let's see how that looks. Might as well do all the experiments while we're experimenting, right? It probably wouldn't be the smoothest transition, and I think I would want a little bit more white on it, but let's see. I'm just gonna cut this out, not the greatest. Doing coloring and arts and crafts. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to work scissors anymore. It's been a while. I think I actually like that. I originally was planning on doing all of this green, but I thought it would be a little bit too much. By green, I mean like these colors. It would still probably look good that way, and you definitely could. I think I'm gonna go out of my comfort zone and do the red though. I think I'm gonna go with it. I am gonna take the dioxazine purple hue, and I am just gonna add a little bit here though. It's pretty well burnished, but I can add a little bit kind of on top. I think I do want that little bit of darkness in here because I think I'm gonna need the dioxazine purple hue to try and create some darker shadows and get some more depth for these. So are these all in frame? Probably go up to the top half now. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the permanent red. So red on the bottom fading to white. I'm gonna start really soft for now, and I'm not gonna bring it up too far because I do want more of the white in there, I think. So I gotta be really mindful not to shadow up too much. I might have to look up a reference here because I don't know what is what. This would have to be like her, what would that be called? Like a bodice, maybe? I don't know, her dress kind of coming up along her torso. Would it come up like this though? Like that seems a bit weird. This part I think is one of these. Pretty confident on that, so I'm going to color that in. And this one too. The rest I'm not sure about. I think these would have to be. These I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find a reference here. Like I do really like this one. This is by Jean Perkins. So it's Jean or Jeanne, I'm not sure. She did almost all of that in the same color. And it looks good because she's got good shading there. Ah, this is Desi's. We're almost copying her. She's got a little bit more of like a deeper green, almost like a forest green. That's funny. Literally the only thing right now that makes hers and mine different, just character-wise, not counting background because my floor is different, is the fact that we're doing red for these tuft thingies. That is really pretty. Okay, so she did all of them as those two. I guess what else would they be? They obviously can't be they can't be this part because they've got lines in them. So I guess we just go with it. So I am pretty sure that this is part of the apron. So I think the apron comes up, it's like around her waist here, and then it comes up and it's got like a little bit of a sweetheart cut almost here. And then the strap comes up here on this side and up here on this side. So I think this should have been white. This should have been blue, white, red. Just wanted to check on this side, but see, Desi did all of hers the same color, so hers is hard to see. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. It's a little bit too late now, I think. It's too late now, but we'll do this. I was gonna say we could have made this part fur, like all of this and this fur, and then just had these kind of sticking out. And then I could have eliminated this one and done fur there and like had kept the shape of these a little bit more, because with the ones that Hannah has drawn in the back, they're like a little bit blobby, and I don't actually like that. But I don't know if acrylic paint would cover it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make it blobby. We're just gonna stick with it. Okay, let's go in with our Crimson Lake. Get rid of my scissors here. Sorry, so much starting and stopping. This is probably the most confusing part on the page, so I need to think it through so I don't make mistakes. So I'm just gonna go in with the Crimson Lake and add some shadows here. I'm gonna try and keep the Crimson Lake very sparse on these like front ones where we can see a lot of them. I do have a Halls in my mouth, so I apologize if you can hear me swishing it around. Since we have some red on the page too, another thing we could do with this tape measure is make it kind of like one of those old school tape measures. I think most of them, or at least the ones that I remember, the one that my mom had, it was white with red lines. So it'd be kind of neat to do that. If the gold doesn't work out, or if we decided against it, I'm not sure. Okay, I think that's good enough for the Crimson Lake. Let's go in with the Dioxazine Purple Hue. I'm mostly just gonna add this in areas where I want a little bit of a darker shadow. And I'm gonna go in lightly at first and just kind of build up the opacity of this until I'm kind of happy with it. I wanna block some of this off. Since there's so many of these things and they're all kind of piled all around each other, we absolutely need this little extra bit of shadow. I'm gonna put a tiny little bit on this one here. I'll have a decent amount coming around on this one. This bottom one here, we'll just pretty much color that in almost. It's not fully burnished, but it's gonna have a lot of the purple there. A little bit coming out from here, maybe some here. So it's not gonna be on every single one, just where necessary. I think just like that. Okay, now that we got some decent shadows in there, go back in with our permanent red. Just gonna lightly fade it out here, but I am just lightly going over the highlight. We're gonna have some like super white areas, some that are not quite so white, and then some that are just like a lighter version of the red. And hopefully that will kind of give us some differentiation here, which we definitely need. I do pretty much want to burnish the shadows with the red though. This looks so pretty. I am so glad that I decided to go with the red. I don't want to fade this one up too far because I do want a fair bit of white, just plain white on this one. But I am just going to gently fade it up so it looks almost like we don't even have to put the white in here. It's such a gentle fade. And we're going to need that. And same thing for this one here. I think I'm going to sharpen this guy. I think it needs a better point on it. Just going to grab the Crimson Lake out here a little bit, and I'm just going to add a little bit more right here. And this part was just blending in a little bit too much with this part here. A fair bit of white on this one, so I'm not going to fade it up all the way. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, no. Miss Milo sneezing. Keep this one fairly light too where we can. Let's add just a little bit of the dioxazine purple hue up here. Just slightly. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. The only spot I'm a little bit concerned about is just right here. My fade on this isn't as soft as I would like it to be, so I'm just going to add a tiny little bit more of the red there. All right, I still don't know where my white swatch is. This is a new one that I just made. Marker on this should be dry enough to color over the heart, but yeah, I don't know what I did with it. Now that I made another one though, it should probably turn up. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep these areas as light as possible. I'm not gonna go in full force. I'm just gonna go in super lightly and blend these colors. Otherwise, we might chance having a really harsh blend. We might not be able to keep this as white as I would like, but I will take better blends over keeping the white. And we can always come in and, no, we can't. I was gonna say we can always come in with a white pen, but that doesn't usually work because it just bleeds through. Oh my goodness, that is pretty. That is a pretty color. It's not going to quite match down here though, so now I'm a little bit nervous, but we'll see. See how this goes. We can go over these black lines on the white sides to make them a little bit lighter. Might as well. I might have to go over the already colored things, red things, with the white, but I do like how this looks so far. Must be lunchtime too. I'm getting hungry. My tummy's growling. Yeah, it's not bad, but it definitely turned out a lot more almost like pink. I know this is pretty much burnished, but I'm gonna see if I can bring the red back a little bit. I'm gonna try and do this without like overpowering anything. It's definitely working, actually. I'm not gonna be able to get a lot of pigment in there since this is nearly burnished, but yeah, this is better. Yeah, that is better. Okay. So let's do her lips. And I think her earrings. We're gonna do these red. So her earrings. Don't really have much room for shading there. We'll try and add a little bit maybe of the Crimson Lake. I don't know if you can hear that, but holy, my tummy's angry. All right. So add a little bit of the Crimson Lake just on like the bottom parts of these earrings. Add a little bit on her top lip and then kind of outlining her bottom lip, I think. And then I'm going to fully color the rest in with the permanent red. And then we're going to take the white and we're just going to do a little bit of white just on the very top part of her bottom lip. A little bit of a shine there. You can hardly see it, but it is there. We might have to actually use pen for that. I'm going to grab our white colors here. So the 30% gray. We gotta be really careful here because we don't want to be pulling red into this area. I probably actually should have colored this first. But these buttons, I'm gonna color them in with a metallic pencil. They're gonna, or a metallic watercolor. They're gonna be gold. So I am not gonna worry about going, oh, maybe I should. Does the watercolor go on top of pencil? I think it does. No, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to be careful just in case. I was going to say I'm not going to worry about going over them, but I'm going to avoid them like the plague actually, because I don't know. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow kind of on the outside of this area. Bless you though. Go in with the 20% next. Just gonna lightly bring this out, not too far. We don't have a lot of room to work with and we don't really need a whole lot of the grays. It's 10%, same thing. Just lightly bringing that out. Okay, before we go over it with the white, I'm going to bring the 30% back for just a sec here, and I'm going to add kind of a shadow under these buttons. So I'm going fairly heavy, really pushing that color down. Don't want these shadows to get too lost, so it's pretty dark. Okay, and then with our white, I'm going to make sure it's nice and cleaned off from the red that we were using. And I'm going to give it a little sharpen as well. Just go in and burnish everything. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do this part with the blue color. What are we at for time, actually? Not bad, not even an hour, so that's good. Go in with the light green and just base this. A little bit of the dioxazine purple hue just coming out from around her neck here. cobalt turquoise, going over that and bringing that out just a little bit and then fading it out. Okay, parrot green. Light green. I'm just going to bring this to the bottom and then lightly fade that out. And the bottom is going to be our gray-green light. This is just my white here. I'm going to put white along this line here. I think I actually might do the red here, but I'm going to go back through the blue colors. I should have done this part while I was doing that, but I didn't really think to, so I'm just going to lightly go over this. I wasn't too worried about adding the dioxazine purple hue first there because it's such a small area. This is a little bit bigger, so I am just going to play it safe and put the cobalt turquoise down first. And then we'll put the dioxazine purple hue right on top of that. Just a little bit, don't need a lot in this spot. I believe that's the only spot left for the dress. Okay, back in with the cobalt. Okay, parrot green is next. So just going to bring that down a little ways. Light green. Just going to lightly go over this kind of area here, and then we'll go in with the gray-green light if I can find my swatch. I just had it. There it is. It's going to be losing all my swatches now. Let's go in with the dioxazine purple hue a little bit here. Actually, bring this up on both sides. There we go. And then with the light green, just gonna go over that to kind of blend it in a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then for here, we're gonna do the permanent red. Okay, a little bit of the dioxazine purple hue just around here. A little bit of the crimson lake, that's not it, coming in from that. Okay, and then we're just going to finish this off with the permanent red. I do think that I probably should have done this opposite and had the blue here and then the white and then the red. But oh well. Also, looking at this now, I'm realizing it's always after you finish it. And I wonder, I'm just going to quickly flick through all these pictures and see if anybody else noticed it too before I say what I'm about to say. I'm going to see if I'm the only one. No, there was actually a couple that noticed it. So I am pretty sure that this is part of the apron. So I think the apron comes up, it's like around her waist here, and then it comes up and it's got like a little bit of a sweetheart cut almost here. And then the strap comes up here on this side and up here on this side. So I think this should have been white. This should have been blue, white, red. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. Okay, we probably have just enough time to finish her hat. Just debating on if I want to start it now or go eat first. I think I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take a quick break, eat, and then we'll finish up this part. So I will be back shortly. All right, I'm done. I've eaten. I feel a little bit better. My throat is still killing me. Let's tackle this hat. And I think that we can probably leave it there for part 2. That gets pretty much her done. These we can't do until the very end. So yeah, we'll realistically only have her skin and hair left and eyes. I don't know what color we're gonna do her eyes. Okay, so this is gonna be white, so obviously this part has to be blue. I don't know, this is blue or green. I've been referring to it as both, so you know what I mean. I'm gonna take the light green and we're just gonna block in these colors, just very lightly. Let's actually do the white first, though, I think. Let's just get that out of the way. So 30%. I'm going to extend this out a little ways. And just fade this out. I'm going to have a little bit of a shadow just all along the bottom of this part. I'm going to extend this one out a little ways too. Just that little bit already makes it look so much better. It's quite impressive what some shadows can do. know how good the lighting is, but let's try and make it better. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Just didn't realize, I suppose. Okay, well, that's probably pretty good there. There's a box under my desk. Sorry, guys. Okay, 20% is next. Dropping everything. Okay, just lightly going over and lightly bringing it out. Got a fly in my window. I'm surprised. Don't usually have flies in the house. The cats usually eat them. She looks so cute. I'm actually really enjoying this this color palette. Okay, 10% is next. Same thing as the 20%. I'm gonna try and leave some areas open for the oh my goodness, the white. All right, and next we're gonna go in with the white. Make sure it's clean. We got a nice point. I'm just gonna grab my balls here. I'm gonna have to get some more. I think we have like the Buckley's cough drops. They're not the best. My throat doesn't hurt that much, but maybe it will eventually. Let's actually hold off on the white for now. Just because I do want to do the same thing that we did for the cuffs and the her leggings. But I think if I do that before going in with the white, or before going in with the other colors, these ones, I'll probably just have to go redo it again. Yeah. I'm also, just because her head is tilted, it's awkward. I'm just going to turn her a little bit to make my life a little bit easier. Make it easier on my wrists at the very least. So we don't need a whole lot here. We just need a little bit of this color to pop the dioxazine hue on. I'm not going to put a lot of this, just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more on this part just because it's kind of like curled in here, so we want it to appear darker. Okay. Okay, back in with the cobalt turquoise. I think I forgot this little piece here. I'm just going to take the 30% cool gray and pretty much just like color it in with that. Leave it at that. Maybe just go over it with the white just slightly. Keep it simple. Okay, parrot green is next. All right, next is light green. Oops. Okay, nice sharp point. So I'm burnishing the shadows, and then I'm bringing the light green out from them and then fading them out. We're going to try and save a little bit of highlight for the gray-green light where we can. It ended up looking very different. Strange. I know full well these are the same colors that I used last time because I never put them away. Maybe it's the gray-green light that makes a difference. It does kind of tone it down a bit. I don't know. Yeah, that did make quite a bit of difference. Okay, so in with the white. I've already done this one, but I'm just going to re-go over these white lines. I think same as with the leggings and the gloves. I'm only going to do the horizontal lines. I'm not going to bother with these lines aside from this one here. I'm just going to take the white and I'm just going to lightly go over and blend it into the grays and then just finish coloring what's left. And there we go. With the last little bit of time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tackle some of the areas that I know are going to be red, some of the smaller areas. So these, for example, just going to lightly go over with the red. I'm going to grab the dioxazine purple hue. I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow on the bottom left. And then I'm going to go back in with the red and just blend and burnish that. These little berries here, these are going to be red. I'm on the fence about the bows. I don't know what color those will be, so I'm not gonna bother with those. The bows on the tree might be red. If not, the candy canes will probably have a little bit of red on them. I don't know if I'm gonna bother with that yet, just in case I change my mind. This present, I'm really debating putting red for the holly. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do with this box. I want it to be kind of like white, mostly white. I don't know if I want to just like outline accents or what I want to do. I don't want it to blend in too much with her. Let's do it. So I'm just gonna put red on the little hollies. Okay, and then these ones here. I don't know what other colors I'm gonna have here. White for sure. I'm thinking like a dark green, almost like a green that'll maybe match the Christmas tree, unless I do the Christmas tree white. I'm not sure. All right, that looks pretty good for now, at least. We'll have time to figure out the rest of it later. All right, here's what she is looking like. I actually really love this. I love these colors together. I'm a little bit more nervous than I was before about the background. I definitely do think that the background needs to stay mostly neutral in order to not distract from her so much. I don't think too much has changed. I'm kind of leaning more towards, for the door, almost like a periwinkle color where it's like a bluey gray on like the darker side. Maybe have some lighter stones around it. I think we didn't get to the rafters, but that's okay. We can do that next part. I'll probably try to sort out this present and then maybe the rafters and the tree maybe. I don't know. I don't know which way I want to do this. We'll see though. We'll get there. I have a few ideas. I think I am definitely going to keep the similar objects the same color. So these will probably be, we'll make them fairly colorful because we want those to stand out. We'll have some gold here, probably just there actually. Well, we can probably here and here, we'll have to color in gold. And then I think these little things will be gold, but we're gonna do metallic watercolor for that. I want to do a little bit of gold on the present. I want to do some gold on the tree. Maybe we could have these stars gold. I'm not sure. We'll definitely have some gold metallic accents. We'll maybe do some sparkly accents too. We'll have to kind of see. Maybe on the tree somewhere. But yeah. I think that's going to be it for part 2. That's what I have planned so far. It'll be interesting to see how it changes, which it usually always does. Yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I hope you're as excited as I am to see her finished, which you guys will have already seen her finished. I don't know yet though, but hopefully she turns out good. All right. That's everything, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. As always, take care. Bye!